Good photo gang. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast, Story Behind a Photo, with your host, me. You already know, Jonathan Walker. And today I have a guest, Eric Ross. How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
So, you're the first guest on the podcast. I appreciate it. We just got finished with doing a photo shoot. It will be on the YouTube channel and probably on his channel. So, welcome to the pod.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. Today is Juneteenth, and you already know we gotta support the black people during that time. So yeah, when we have guests on here, the things we go do is ask some questions. We don't got photos today for them, but we are going to have questions. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what made you become a barber, and how do you come up with your barber name?
Well, man, to answer the second question first, man, I thought of all these extravagant names, and once my dad told me, it's like, man, keep your name in it.
Yeah. Represent
where you're from, represent yourself, and I basically just changed my middle name out from Cornell to Cutter, so that's how I got that. But man, I started cutting hair because of my uncle, man. He used to cut my hair from the age of 0 to when I started cutting my hair, which was at 13. So I've never stepped in a barber shop, and no one ever has cut my hair other than my uncle. So
that's crazy. Yeah. Have you ever came with a customer that you messed up their hairstyle and they ever got upset, wanting to fight you or something? Because I know that happens.
I ain't never had anyone want to fight me because of it.
Yeah.
But it was two kids talking about a reverse mohawk, and we just laughing and we just giggling. They talking about, you gonna get a reverse mohawk? And somehow, some way, man, my hands just gave them a reverse mohawk. Yeah, and dead middle of it, I'm thinking like, what in the world I'm just doing? I had no clue what I was about to do. My hands just, they must have ears. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Is it with a barber game today? I know everything's crazy. It's not like the old days when it was just a simple. You could just look on the wall and just get those little simple haircuts. Now it's like it's crazy. So is it different? Is it a difference of cutting today versus when you first started?
You know that those charts on the wall was the grail of, and it's still like that today. People don't know what they want when they come in a barbershop.
Yeah.
So thank God for Google. I don't have any charts, but thank God for Google. So, man, just even when they don't know, pull up a picture of what you want.
Yeah.
That's the most easiest thing. I remember there's not too long ago, a guy was trying to tell me how to cut his son's hair.
Yeah.
Good client, good customer, and he could not explain it. He from Philly, I'm from Midwest.
Yeah.
He could not explain it, and every time I try to get with him, and he tried to get with me. We was on two different pages.
Yeah.
After 2 months of doing that, I finally just said, bring me a picture.
Yeah.
Man. Just bring me a picture. And that's the new thing. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Really, man. I mean, you can find anything.
Yeah. So nowadays, we have the social media, and everybody's posting, like barbers posting their stuff on social media. What's the difference of somebody posting it and being not really popular, but putting their workout on social media versus somebody that's not? Like, what you recommend? Like, make sure you have like a Facebook page. Make sure you have like IG. Make sure you posting constantly. Because some people I know in the old days, I know my generation, we posting all the time content. Will you recommend people to like get into barber school? Make sure they get their say YouTube, say Instagram up, or do you just, because social media is a key part of
Definitely.
Not old days, but nowadays.
Well, nowadays, man, you can post whenever you want to post.
Yeah.
You can post before you go to school, before you got the title, before you even think you want to get serious. And I know of one guy specifically, got his page and his numbers up just from doing waves before he start doing cuts. So, man, it's whenever you want to do it. It's whenever it's whenever you want people to criticize you on a level of that you never know how far. And what I see today in the barber chat is a lot of people posting their picture and asking, where do I need to work on? And so it's a lot of different ways you can go about it. You can show off, or you can ask for pointers and tips, or you can just be doing stuff just to do stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's starting out nowadays. Some people work in shops, have their own, want to build their own shop, and you got some people like you got to just work just for yourself and just renting out something. Would you recommend somebody get in the shop, or would you recommend like somebody starting out just rent like a booth or something like you do and just grind like that?
Different strokes for different folks. There's no way that I would have been as successful or as comfortable, I say, as comfortable as I am starting off in a booth. Reason being, I learned a lot off of other barbers, other people in the shop.
Yeah.
And without that experience and just looking over at Swanee or looking over at Billy or looking over at Danny, you know what I mean? Everybody has different ways, and it's just good that you can, look over without being at school. You're on the job learning at all times. So at the same time, their clients is looking at your cuts coming out. So you gaining clientele as well as getting clientele. So after that, I recommend doing the barbershop thing experience first.
Yeah.
If you're scared to get in the barbershop and want to get in the studio first, you're just limiting yourself. But it's not undoable, or it's not impossible to do that. But yeah, man, you just want to different strokes for different folks. But I believe it just old school barbershop. Yeah, start there first, then branch your way off. And once you feel like you have your techniques and you don't need anybody, or I mean, you still have YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about being a barber, you can't be a barber if you don't go to like the barber shows competition, I feel like. But have you ever, what you feel like what's best for the barber shows, like for somebody that's just haven't even started doing them or wanting to do them? What kind of pointers will you give them, and have you ever won one?
Definitely. Last question first. Hey, I've won. No, I'm just playing.
I was about to say,
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I competed on a stage, a traditional stage in front of a crowd. But I have 3 belts, and I don't know how many trophies. Those trophies found their way in the trash some kind of way. I don't know, but mostly my thing was going to the shows, and I always encourage people, youngsters, people trying to get into the craft, is go to those shows to learn. Go to those shows to get new product. It's a lot of reasons to go, and it's such a learning tool, a learning experience, a way to promote yourself if you're trying to get out there, a way to just, man, it's just so many different ways. And yes, in school, growing, learning, you have to. It's a trade show, and it's teaching you your craft, and it's a must.
So doing the shows, is it the best person actually wins, or is it politics behind the thing?
Oh man, that's.
I know some people always say that sometimes it has to do with politics. It's not really the best person wins.
Yeah. So with that, they give you a rule book. They give you some rules, ask you to follow the rules.
Yeah.
And those rules, it's. I hate to talk about conspiracies. I hate to talk about politics.
Yeah.
And
politics is everything.
Man. Yes, there's politics.
Yeah.
Just straight up, there's politics in it, and you definitely want to steer clear. You really don't know where the politics is going to
Yeah.
go. All you can do is get your tools ready, get on stage, have your content ready, and get out there and do the best that you can do.
Yeah.
You can't control the judges on what they're going to judge or how they're going to feel about everything, and it just goes from there. I mean, you just have to rely on your skills more than anything else.
Okay. So with that being said, that will be the podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe. The podcast will be on all platforms that has podcasts for you. And also, last question. Do you have anything coming up, some projects that we can look forward to or what?
Definitely. So we in 2021.
Yeah.
Summer, fall of 21. Look for me. I will be on somebody's screen doing something that has to do with my craft that I love so ever so much.
Yeah.
I can't talk too much about it. It's hush hush. I signed a little one of them NDAs or whatever them things is called. But look for me. I'm gonna be on there. Air Cutter Ross. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be real, and it's gonna be It's gonna be.
And then when that comes out, we're gonna make sure we come back, not here, but we'll go to his place and interview him and see how he felt about what you see. So yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel, and if you're just listening to it, it should be on all platforms. Straight Behind the Photos. Let me go slower. Story Behind the Photo podcast with me, Jonathan O. Walker.